Oh, buddy. Sir Hunt's with the surprise stream. How are y'all doing tonight, this evening? I think in most of the world it can be considered nighttime or early in the wee morning hours. But yeah, you know, sometimes doing breakdowns, video breakdowns, can be a little bit overwhelming. So I just decided to do a live stream. And I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to maybe come in and join us. I switched out my Mountain Dew for some Pellegrino. It's the limonata flavor, so I might not be as hyper tonight because there's no caffeine in that, but I will still be very enthusiastic. I cannot wait until we get to break this little trailer down. It's about 48 seconds, so this live stream will not be very long, probably right around 30 minutes. And you know, yeah, it'll make it a little bit easier for people to go back and watch. And I will get sidetracked because that's just, I don't know, that's just how we do it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this fucking soda. I will say that this video, this live stream, you know, usually when I set them up, the past two ones anyway, have been flagged as not advertiser friendly, almost as if YouTube knows I'm going to be cursing a lot. And you know, this one didn't, so maybe there's a change in the works. This can is dented like a mother. How did that even... Oh, that was probably me when I dropped it earlier. Oh, how are y'all doing? Let's see how many people we got waiting to start the show. We got 58 waiting right now, or watching, rather. Let's give it a few more minutes, see if we can get a couple more people in here. How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Typing in the chat right now on my Fizzone. Hello. Alright, let's do some shoutouts real quick. I haven't done those in a while. Let's do shout out to Remy Romero, shout out to Taylor Brightman, shout out to Branford Rogers, shout out to Armed Dog, shout out to Big Worm Kevin, shout out to Caswell Hines, Promo Central, Katie Cruz, Alex Tips, Norman Wooldridge, hi, I'm Allison, Christian Oles, Joseph Barton, MSN 15195. I like that. It's almost like I'm saying, you know, binary code. Justin Duvall, Keegan Starkarian, liking digging that profile name, brother. Mia C, Sean H, King Wolf Dom, Joseph Barton, Jennifer Crutcher, Vanessa. Not sure how to pronounce your last name. Racist? That almost says racist, but I know that's not it. I'm sorry. Eric Barron, Dipper Pine, what's up? B Loco, Boy Mom X3, Marco Minko, Justin Duvall, and Tanya Banton, Fred Wicks, what's up? We got Mod, we got some wrenches running through. That's what's up. That's what's up. Surprise, everyone. How are y'all? Oh, man. Let's see how many people we got waiting on us for the show to start. For the show. Oh shit, 156. All right, let's start this thing. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Sir Hunt's live stream. I don't even know what accent that country or what country that accent is from. I'm just excited, man. Like, you know, I'm sad that we've gotten to the last trailer, or we've gotten to the last promo breakdown that we're going to be doing this season. And then, you know, we only have one episode breakdown left. And then we only have one live after show left. So what you all better do right now to make sure you're entertained throughout this long motherfucking night. I'm going to try to start bleeping myself so I'm more advertiser friendly. I want to buy the Philip DeFranco mom says my mom thinks I'm advertiser friendly. I want to buy that t-shirt. But I am rocking the Sandor Clegane tee. Y'all know, cause fuck the king. But yeah. So what was I just saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, in order for you all to stay entertained throughout the long night or the wait for season 8, whatever you want to call it, make sure you go ahead and click subscribe. Go ahead and turn your notifications on so that way you get alerted whenever I drop Game of Thrones content or whenever I do a surprise motherfucking live stream. So that way, you know, you guys will be alerted. Like I said, we switched the Mountain Dew from Mountain Dew to San Pellegrino, you know, the limonata. I know Smokescreen likes the sun drop and I drink that occasionally. Might be a Carolina thing, I'm not sure, but I find myself digging Mountain Dew before anything. But this Pellegrino is healthier, and it's fucking delicious. It's like I'm drinking lemon warhead water. I don't know how to describe it. It's really good. Alright, so yeah, let's see. Do I need to do some more shout-outs? We got 187 people watching right now. That is what the fuck is up. How are y'all all doing? How are y'all doing? What are y'all doing, rather? You know, this is cool. I decided to do this. I was actually watching History of Westeros. I was watching their live stream. I was watching them for like the past 3 hours or so. So yeah, make sure you guys go check them out. I was waiting. If they ended their stream at a decent hour, which they did, I hopped on, and that's what I did. So yeah, go make sure you guys go check out History of Westeros. They just broke down the episode 6, book to show comparison. Very interesting stuff over there. So what are y'all most excited about to see in this damn promo before we start watching it? What are y'all most excited about? I personally realized that my wife was missing from the trailer, so I'm most intrigued about that, I would say. I think that Daenerys' entrance into that dragon pit was purposely left outside of the trailer because when it gets revealed in the episode, oh, I hope that episode doesn't leak. Last episode leaked around now in the week, so, you know, now would be the time. If it's gonna leak, it would be the time. It was funny. A friend of mine watches Game of Thrones, and she asked me, she goes, how the hell do you already know what's gonna happen? Because I messaged her right before the episode started. I was like, get your motherfucking Kleenex. I also thought it was so funny that I tweeted it, but I was like, get your Kleenex. Oh shit, I forgot to bleep me out. Damn it, I just said another curse word. Fuck, I just said another one. Okay, whatever. I guess I'm not ad friendly, you know, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, I texted her that, and she's like, how the fuck do you know? I was like, they actually sent me the episode ahead of time, and I screened it. You know how I went to Count of Thrones? Also, let me plug them real quick. Count of Thrones, Count of motherfucking Thrones, always got that pencil on deck. I also have my, oh, please don't fall, light, please don't fall. I also have my general admission pass. I saved that shit. Look at my crazy-ass handwriting. But yeah, Count of Thrones #2 is coming next year, baby. Or maybe this year, I don't know. Probably not this year, probably next year. But yeah, I'll try to link that down below. But yeah, so I was like, you know, I met all those people that work on the set, and they sent me the episode early. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah. And then later I told her, nah, it fucking leaked online. And I watched it. But yeah. So I think, you know, me personally, most excited about Daenerys' entrance. I definitely think she's going to fly in on her dragon. We all know that. She's been for like the past 2 seasons, that's been her like go-to entrance. So yeah, please make sure that you slap likes on this. I don't know why I just started reading that from the chat. That was random. But yeah, let me get some of you guys. Let me see what are y'all most excited about over there. Clegane Ball. Oh, brother. Let me see if I can throw that image up here for you guys. We'll do that real quick. Let me add an image up here. This is, let's see, we'll call it image. We're gonna look through season 7, the trailer. It was the season 7 trailer #2, right? All right, and I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, y'all see that? Yeah, that's what we're going to be getting. That is from this episode. That was also not in this trailer, this promo trailer for episode 7. But this is going to be the beginning of Clegane Bowl. Like, look, honestly, just being real here, Sandor doesn't stand a fucking chance. Just because, even though the Mountain is a cunt, as Sandor would put it, he does not stand a chance. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but if you go by the history that the fucking Mountain has of murdering people, I am sorry, Sandor, but you stand no chance, bro. You know why? Do you know why? Because he's a fucking zombie, and this dude took a bat to the chest through plate armor. The bat pierced through that chest, through the plate armor, and hit his chest, and he still didn't go down. He took it as if it was nothing, and then kept it fucking moving. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, the Mountain doesn't have a chance. The Mountain doesn't have a chance in it. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandor doesn't have a chance in hell. See, I'm so excited that I'm fumbling for words. Yo, Joseph Flybox says, what are you breaking down? Check out the title, bro. The episode 7 promo. We just haven't gotten to that yet. You know, we're gonna be rocking for like the next 20-some minutes, so we're gonna get to that. Don't worry. All right, so let's see. We got a Tormund banging Brienne. I don't think that's gonna happen. If it does, fucking A. Well, I guess we are sending out the season in a bang. We have 270 people watching right now. That's what's up. I honestly didn't think I would get over 100 because I literally announced it and then within 3 minutes went live. So that's cool. Thank you all for rocking with me right now. Get a like goal for 150. I don't know. So yeah, let me see. Let me find one more thing that you guys are most excited about, and then we'll go ahead and start watching that trailer and breaking that shit down. Let's see. Cersei will shit herself when she sees Drogon. Oh my god. You remember last season when, right as they were talking shit about Cersei, the Mountain, and Jaime, when they walk into the room and then Pycelle let out that fart? I don't know why I had to get so articulate in describing that scene. You remember last season when Mr. Pycelle shit his pants? That would be so funny if that happened again. Except for this time, if he was there, he would have literally shat his pants because it would have been a massive dragon. If you get afraid of a zombie walking into the room, when that, oh man, yeah. So honestly, I think I'll add that. I think Daenerys' entrance for me, also Cersei's reaction to Daenerys' entrance, because from what I was getting from this trailer, you know, when I watched it like 3 times before I started this live stream, so it would be a little bit fresh in my head. It looks as though when Jon, at the very end of the trailer, when Jon says, you know, this is the only battle that matters, not verbatim, but that's pretty much what he says. During when that happens, I was trying to look, and it was like in the Justice League movie, we saw Superman's cape when he was talking to Alfred in the newest, the Comic-Con trailer. I thought it was Cersei's little black, the black shirt thing that she's wearing. And I honestly think that Cersei may try to flirt with Jon Snow. Now, hear me out. Let's watch the trailer first, and then I'll explain that a little bit more. But I think that's been her kind of go-to, is like, not necessarily go-to with Euron, but Euron got at that. And maybe, you know, it's not set in stone that Jon and Daenerys have to get together. How funny would that be if Daenerys gets jealous that Cersei like slightly hits on Jon, like maybe says something a little bit inappropriate? Now, I'm not saying that that's in Cersei's character, but would that not be funny? Because I think she might do that, and I'll explain, like I said, in a little bit. I think we got a super chat. Yes, we did. We got a super chat from Boy Mom X3. There is no message with that. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Boy Mom X3. If they have a YouTube channel or anything, or a Twitter, make sure you go follow them. That's what's up. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and start breaking it down. We're at 12 minutes into the live stream, so remember that so that you guys can timestamp it. Timestamp it down below. But yeah, so okay, so wait, I still need to get you guys as one more favorite thing that we'll discuss before we start breaking it down. Alright, so let's see. Alright, remember this is live, so bear with me. This is from Queen of Maine, and she has the wrench status. Hello, madam, and she says, I'm excited. She also has the Patreon status, which, by the way, if you would like to become a patron and help support this channel, and it helps out in times like this when none of us are deemed advertiser-friendly, somehow, and I know every single member of the Game of Thrones community is probably suffering this. If big-ass YouTubers like Philip DeFranco, smaller people like us, everybody gets affected. So anyway, it's crazy that somehow reviewing a make-believe television show that literally does not even, I mean, obviously the politics and all the deception and all that shit applies to, you can apply that to modern day politics, but most of us don't really do that in our videos. Sometimes when we do the theory videos, yeah, we apply that, but in the fucking breakdown, like, dude, I didn't even say one curse word. I said damn. That was it. I was like, somebody better get their damn something together. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, Patreon helps out in times like that. So yeah, but yeah, so Alexandria, where did that go? It was in the chat. I just had it. I talked so long, I missed it. All right, let me go back up to it. She says, I'm excited to see Littlefinger die. It's going to happen before the season ends. I can't stand him. Yes, that has been a very popular theory in this Game of Thrones community. He is going to die. I honestly, look, I was just doing that stupid emo hair twitch. Let me put my hat on before I do that this whole fucking video. But yeah, so, you know, I do think he will be going down. I think that the point in the trailer where we see Sansa walking across that bridge, that same spot where her and Jon stood out last season, where Jon said winter is here, and they were watching Melisandre ride off into the sunset, apparently to Dragonstone. I think that that's right after Littlefinger dies. The reason being is because she looks pretty up in the face, like she looks like she just saw some stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and start playing this trailer. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. I'm just gonna play a little bit at a time and we'll break it down. We'll just kind of take it from there. All right, here we go. So we're starting off with Grey Worm with the Unsullied outside of King's Landing. Then we have Euron arriving in King's Landing. The reason I know it's Euron because later on in the trailer you can see his ship. And obviously, Daenerys doesn't have a Greyjoy fleet. That there, right there. You see his ship. You guys can't watch me pointing at it, but maybe if you can see my mouse, I'm hovering right over his ship. So this is basically Daenerys taking her whole army to Westeros, and it's interesting because everyone, you know, I tweet out a lot. So I saw someone had asked me if I have a Twitter. Yes, I do. It's @SirHunts, Sir_Hunts. But I always tweet out before I do a video. I try to say, like, and on my Patreon too, I try to say, you know, is there anything that you guys want most discussed from the episode? And a lot of people in the comment section of episode 6 breakdown and on Twitter and on Patreon, what is going to be Cersei's trap? I don't know what Cersei's trap is going to be, but I think Daenerys' trap, if you will, is bringing her entire freaking army with her. So even if there is something that's done that may potentially screw her over, she has her entire army outside of King's Landing. So there's not, you know, you can't really do anything with that. It looks like she's got most of her Unsullied still around. I'd say probably like 7 to 10. Okay, so they did lose a little bit. Let's say like 5 to 7,000 Unsullied out there. And then her Dothraki, she lost a few of them in the Field of Fire, but nowhere. It looks like she maybe took like 25,000 with her there. And we heard they were 100,000 strong. So let's just say there's 50,000 Dothraki warriors and 5 to 7,000 Unsullied outside those gates. Continuing on with the breakdown. There's the Dothraki showing up. And normally I would say, you know, that background kind of, we don't necessarily see outside, right outside of King's Landing's walls too often, but that's definitely King's Landing. This is that shot I was talking about. It looks like she just took like a deep breath as if like a huge burden's been lifted off her shoulders. And she also might feel a little bit of remorse for it. We're talking about killing Lingerfinger. Kill Lingerfinger. No. But yeah, so, you know, I feel like we all expect her to kind of just be like, yeah, you did something good, but, you know, she's human. She's more human than her fucking sister, so she's gonna be showing a little bit of emotion because of that. I think the main reason being is because he was one of the first people to teach her how to play the game. You know, it seemed for a little bit, at least in the early seasons, that he was kind of looking out for her, you know. Let's see, continuing on. And also, it could just be me and my Star Wars obsession, but whenever I see someone with a dark hooded figure, I feel like they might be dabbling in the dark side of the Force. So this might be a little Darth Sansa. You know, she might have just murdered Littlefinger. So yeah. Continuing on, I have to say that every time, otherwise it won't continue. Oh man. Let's go back a little bit, because that kind of goes fast. Alright, so there we have it. The dragon pit. Oh, I like that other angle first. Let's go back a bit. Yeah, that's perfect. This is almost the exact concept art that we got. Okay, so let's try to pick it out. That's obviously Varys up front. It's easy to spot his bald head. And Jon Snow behind him, Davos on the right, some Dothraki to the far right. I can't tell who that is on the upper left next to Jon. Someone tall as shit. See if we get a better angle of them. Oh, it's another Dothraki. Yeah, one of Daenerys' top Dothraki advisors. Yo, Cersei just has that look on her face, like, that's what I was saying, okay? Like, you know, when you watch something a lot, you tend to overanalyze it. And from what I was getting from this whole thing was that every woman that Jon Snow's met, they've always kind of been, like, smooth on him. Is that how that expression goes? Not smooth on them. Hip on him, glue on, I don't fucking know, but either way, I feel like that look, that little smirk that she gets, she might try to, and that would be getting under Daenerys' skin, because you remember Tyrion said that said to Daenerys that Cersei was going to do, nope, I'm gonna continue saying it the right way, Cersei will try to get under her skin, and it's going to be obvious that her and Jon Snow, just probably by the way they're looking at each other, and Jon may refer to her as his queen, so Cersei's going to see this, and she's probably going to act on that. You know, it might be one of those things that pushes Jon Snow's button. I just feel like, you know, sometimes you get caught up on stuff, and I feel like this could be one of those things that, you know, that may be happening. How many people 426 people watching? Jesus Christ. Y'all are freaking awesome. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Please slap a like on this. Listen to what the mods say. The wrenchmen, those are my henchmen. I thought of that last live stream. I wanted to say in this one. All right, continuing on. There's only one war that matters, and it's here. All right, so you know we got to the end of the trailer. Let's go back a bit. Watch it from the dragon pit. I was talking so much. You know what? I think this kind of confirms that Cersei might not necessarily have a trap set up, because she's in the same, they're all up on that stage inside the dragon pit. You know, like she had the Lannister emblem everywhere. It's almost like she smeared in Daenerys' face, like, yeah, you won the lap, but we still got King's Landing. You know what I mean? The trap will likely not happen inside Dragon Pit if there is in fact a trap. I think the trap may happen like right outside. Like she could, let's say she ambushes Daenerys when she knows that Daenerys is meeting with her advisors when Dany thinks she's safe. Something like that. Let me know what you all think in the chat right here. What you think what you all think the trap may be. All right, sweet on him. Okay, thank you, Jonathan Haymaker. Thank you, bro. I was thinking of something. Smitten on him. Yes, one of those. Troy C says your channel is slept on, bro. Well, everybody need to get up, stay woke, motherfuckers. I don't know what just said. It just spazzed out, but yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of growth. We've had some insane fucking growth. Not even a lot. I've probably, before this season started, I had less than 10,000 subscribers. I'm almost positive. And then when it hit, we've get, oh Jesus, like 14. I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I'll sound like a jackass if I just keep, you know. All right, so yeah. Let's see. I want to start reacting with you guys. Let's do this. Let's take some questions. You guys put Q&A or the question emoji in front of it, and I'll answer those. No, I have not read any leaked scripts for season 8. I personally, I don't really believe them. I do know that HBO was hacked, but I feel like if the scripts got out that early, they could easily switch that shit around and manipulate the entire story. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even looking forward. I'm looking forward to season 8, but I'm not looking forward to try to spoil myself for it. Not this early. I gotta get like maybe another month in of not having any Game of Thrones to watch on Sunday before I start looking at season 8 stuff. All right, so let's see. We got some questions. You guys couldn't hear the trailer? I kept it low. That's actually kind of a good thing because HBO can claim this video, and I can get a copyright claim on my thing because of that. That's why I don't put the audio on my video breakdowns either because of that. Okay, so let's see. We got this is from Marco Minko, and he says, "Is it possible the Night King is ex Three-Eyed Raven before Blood Raven?" So that would mean that the Children of the Forest basically turned him into a White Walker in order to try to make him blood. I don't think so. I think he was literally, personally, I think he was Azor Ahai, and him going to seek help from the Children of the Forest, they turned him into a White Walker. They turned him into one of the things he was forgetting. Now, I know the history screwed up where Azor Ahai and the White Walkers and all that stuff, like the timeline is if that theory were the case, the timeline is in shambles. But when it comes to directly trying to take stuff from the novels and then use that to guide you in the show, that timeline's already fucked up because they said Three-Eyed Raven / Blood Raven / Brynden Rivers has been under that tree for 1,000 years. That's not the case. Brynden Rivers was making his way to the Night's Watch like 50 plus years before the events of Game of Thrones. So that timeline doesn't add up. But I honestly think that maybe if they're just going to keep it simplistic, the person you see being turned into a White Walker is the original Azor Ahai, and that was him. I know they said that they created them, but like, so what did they do? They captured. Okay, so maybe they didn't. Let's think this out, and that's what's fun about these live streams. So the Children of the Forest are fighting the First Men, right? That battle happens, and then they need their help when they're fighting the White Walkers. So that alone kind of makes it look like my theories does. All right, look, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting all up in my head, man. All right, let's try this again. Oh, shit. We got a super chat from I See But Not Really. Hey, where you been at, Zach? Where you been at? Ain't seen you in the chat a while. Didn't see you on Sunday. But thank you, sir. He says, could Dany end up pregnant? Yes, I definitely think they were hinting at that multiple. And I'm gonna come back to that question, Marco Minko. Just let me ponder it for a second. I'm gonna put it on the back burner, like the Killers. Oh, don't you put me on the back burner? Yeah. So yeah, I think Daenerys is going to end up pregnant. I think like one of the last shots of the TV show is going to be. I don't know if her and Jon are gonna survive, but I think one of the very last shots is going to be either Daenerys or Jon, preferably Daenerys, sitting on the Iron Throne holding the baby, like holding their baby. Or they both die and their baby is left alive to continue the lineage. I definitely think that she's going to be getting pregnant. And a lot of people are saying, like, you know, she thinks she's barren, and Miri Mazdur like made her barren. Basically, I think I don't necessarily think that's the case, and I think continuity errors are plentiful in lots of different forms of media, and obviously there's some continuity errors in Game of Thrones television show. I'm treading light here because there's so many fucking people that bash the show. I intentionally go out of my way to make sure I don't do that, unless it's something that's completely fucking ridiculous, like Ollie and stabbing. Like I fucking hate Ollie, you know what I mean? But yeah, I try to do that here on my channel because I enjoy it. And honestly, if it wasn't for the TV show, I would not be doing this right here with y'all in front of, let's see, how many people do we have watching right now? 400 people, you know what I mean? I wouldn't, so yeah. But yeah, I think that it could easily be gone back on, even though, Miri Mazdur told her that she was barren and that she would never have kids. I think that when Daenerys says that all she has is dragons, I think that could be foreshadowing to the fact that if her and Jon Snow have a kid, it will be 75% dragon, like basically a Targaryen. Full Targaryen. So yeah, there's that. And I also think, I mentioned in my episode 6 breakdown, the actual breakdown, not the live stream, I mentioned how there was multiple hints, foreshadowing to it when Jorah, one of Daenerys' closest advisors, I mentioned in my episode 5 breakdown that I think Jorah might have secret intentions going north of the wall to try to get to know Jon Snow. It's almost like finally there's been someone worthy that's come along that could take Daenerys, not necessarily off of his hands. Whoa, my camera's doing something weird, dude. The glare is like insane. Hang on a second. Don't fall, you fucking light. Alright, I think that's a little bit better. No, it still kind of looks like a glare. Alright, maybe if I lean back a little bit. Oh, I'm getting so distracted so easily. What was it? What were we just talking about? Okay, so yes, Jorah tells Jon Snow, I think that he loves Daenerys, but he knows that because of his age and because of his situation, he could never like live long enough to keep her safe. So I think he's going to look for a suitor. That suitor being Jon Snow. He kind of already knew something was up, so I think with going north of the wall, they definitely bonded even further. And then when Jon tried to give him Longclaw, he was like, no, maybe you could give it to your children. And then you also have Tyrion earlier in the episode worrying about who's going to take the throne if Daenerys dies. Like who's going to continue on for her. So I think that was also more foreshadowing. It's like he's putting that in the back of her mind, like, hey, you need to think about, long term. Let's say that he basically told her, like, the future that she wants, or the kingdom that she wants to make, is going to take longer than the years that she has left of being alive. Like, it's going to need to continue after her. So, I think there's quite a bit of foreshadowing for that. Let's see. Questions, Q&A. What exact episode would Tormund finally bang Brienne in? Well, not this season. Let's say season 8, episode 4, Tormund and Brienne, all the way. Q&A, what will Jon Snow do when he finds out about his parents? I don't think that's gonna change a damn thing. And by the way, Jon Snow is now called the White Dragon, not the White Wolf. It's in honor of Viserion. I know Viserion is cream and gold, but Jesus, cream can look like white. What? Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. Alright, this light is really bugging the shit out of me, bro. I hate looking like a fucking washing outer. Yo, y'all see Sandor? Fuck the king. That looks a little bit better. We'll go with that. So yeah. What was I just asking? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I'm so spaced out. I'm so spacey in this one. So yeah, Jon Snow finding out about his lineage is not going to change him at all. I don't think he'll necessarily do anything when he finds out about it. I think it's gonna maybe be an extra confidence boost. The reason being is because he's been doing his father's work without even knowing it. Like Rhaegar obsessed over this prophecy, the prince who was promised, and Jon Snow doesn't necessarily obsess over that prophecy, but one of the other things is that Rhaegar thought that he would be Azor Ahai, thought that he would be the one, before he realized it could be his children. He thought that he was going to be the one to save Westeros from the Long Night. And eventually, if he had stayed alive and took over, basically overthrown overthrew his father, which is what he was planning on doing at the Tornade Harrenhal before he stole Lyanna Stark and swept her off her feet and took her up north. And we're gonna start saying that because he didn't steal her away. We all know that they were in love, but his whole goal was to ready the kingdom and get them ready for the long night. You know, it's almost like he knew that the White Walkers would be coming. So Jon Snow subconsciously has been continuing on in his father's footsteps, just like Daenerys is following in Aegon the Conqueror's footsteps. Jon Snow's doing that by following Rhaegar's footsteps. So I think it may bring him closer. Like, Daenerys knows a few stories that she could share with Jon Snow about Rhaegar. She never met him, but she heard from Viserys, her brother, and from old Barry Selmy, Barristan the Bold, or Arstan the Bold, rather. Barristan Selmy told her about Rhaegar used to walk through the streets of King's Landing playing harps and shit. Sometimes he would take his money and donate it to the poor, because that's just the type of dude he was. Alright, so let's get some more Q&As before I get distracted yet again. Q&A, will Jon find out he's a Targaryen in episode 7? I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know if he'll be able to find out this season, because I feel like if that's the case, then we'll have to have Bran tell him. Like, who else would tell him? Sam? Sam is... I don't even know where Sam's headed. I think Sam's headed back to Winterfell, probably. Or not Winterfell, to Castle Black. Maybe on the way to Castle Black, he'll find out that Jon's going to be stationed at Winterfell. Or maybe Jon will be stationed at Castle Black. I don't know. I don't know who knows close enough that would tell him. You know what I mean? Other than Littlefinger being in Winterfell. Bran could tell him. I think Bran would rather have him face to face. So if Jon goes to... There's no way that Jon went to Winterfell and then down to King's Landing to the Dragon Pit. So maybe... I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't answer that question more thoroughly. Oh shit, we got a super chat from the boy I see, but not really. Thank you, Zach. He says, can Cersei Scorpion take down the Ice Dragon? I actually will link you. I'm gonna answer your question, but I also want you to go check out my video that I just did. It's called How to Kill Your Dragon. It's wordplay on how to train your dragon. You guys ever seen that movie? That Pixar movie? It was fucking awesome. I was like, I saw that for the first time a few days ago, and I was like, this is actually pretty entertaining. Not the second one, but the first one. I remember watching the second one. But yeah, so in that video, I mentioned how I think what will take out the White Dragon, or the White Flyer Dragon, as I called it in that video, is a Weirwood arrow, like a Weirwood arrow shaft, and a Dragonglass head. We know Dragonglass can kill White Walkers. That's basically, the dragon is so much higher of a level than that, but it's not like a normal white, so, you know, it's like a White Flyer. So I think that that's what could potentially be used to kill, Viserion. What if, you know how they name their swords and stuff? What if the Night King renamed them into something like Ice Crackling, and like that's his name, and like he makes that sound, and then the dragon flies over, and then when he makes that sound again, it's sort of like the wordplay on Dracarys, and that's what makes the dragon breathe fire. That'd be sick. He's got to command it somehow. So your question was, could Cersei's Scorpion kill Viserion? If it was equipped with a Weirwood arrow shafted, Dragonglass arrow headed bolt, then yes. But just normally, no. I don't think, because it's the same as like when you're fighting a white. You can chop off its arm, you can stab it in the heart, you can do all this shit, and it's not gonna kill it unless you know, do it the right way. So it's the same with I would imagine with the White Flyer. Like, you couldn't just shoot it in the same spot and expect it to go down. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't have blood flowing through its body, especially not with it being ring animated by ice. So I don't know if it'll... I think the weapon that kills that dragon, unless it's somehow been wounded where it's able to no longer to take flight and it's on the ground, and then a bunch of them run up and stab it with Dragonglass, I think it's gonna have to be some sort of magical weapon. Maybe even Catspaw Dagger. Holy shit. I don't know. See, we got another super chat. Let me jump on that real quick, and then I will take some more questions from the chat. Go ahead and start getting your Q&As ready. This is from Jonathan Haymaker. Thank you, sir. And he says, any chance of Rhaegar flashback in this episode? I fucking want there to be a Turned Harrenhal. I've been saying this since last season. We need a Turned Harrenhal flashback so that we can see Rhaegar Targaryen. So that I know who he is. Book readers, we all know who he is. Everyone who watches YouTube videos, you know who he is, but the person, I call them the ASV, the average show viewer or the average show watcher, they have never seen this dude. They don't understand, you know, why he's so important. And I think that the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, for Jon Snow's lineage is if you show this dude on screen, he obviously will have to look exactly like Jon Snow. You know what I mean? They hinted at it in the last episode where Beric says you look nothing like your father. Which could be argued because, you know, yeah, he does say that I guess you take after your mother, but obviously his mother would be Ned's brother, so he still kind of looks like Ned. But it was just hinted. I think like we need to see Rhaegar, so I think we will get a Turner Harrenhal flashback. I don't know if it'll be this last episode. I fucking hope it is, but it's the perfect time to do it. This is the longest episode of the season, so we got enough time. Hopefully we won't get like a, let's see, what was it last episode? The Arya and Sansa scenes were a little bit too long. Hopefully we won't get like super extended scenes of characters who are being assholes to each other. God, Arya, piss me off. I understand that Game of Faces is brutal, but Jesus Christ. Q&A, do you think Viserion will be underpowered against Drogon and Rhaegal? Because fire kills whites and Viserion is a white. I think Viserion will breathe blue flame. Like, where's my lighter at? Right here. You see that right there? The bluest part of the flame is the hottest part. That's what I've always been told, and I just attempted that, and I don't think that's really true. Shout out to Smokeahanas. I saw you in the chat. Let me not forget to do that. Shout out to Smokeahanas. How you doing? How you doing? Is Cody watching too? If you're watching too, what's up, brah? So yeah, I don't think he's gonna be UP. I don't think he's gonna be underpowered. I think he actually might be a little bit stronger than them. You know, dragons pretty much grow for a very long time. So Daenerys' dragons were definitely still growing. And the main reason why Viserion and Rhaegal weren't the same size as Drogon is because she kept them in the pyramid underneath Meereen for a couple seasons. So their growth was stunted. That's you know, one of the problems with some of the later dragons in Targaryen dynasty that were born. They were so small, they were kept in captivity. The Targaryens were too stupid to realize that the reason why their dragons were growing or were being born like deformed and shit is because they kept them inside. Also, with the fact that I think the Targaryen, I think their literally the power they have, or the strongest dragons they breed, most of them were wiped out in A Dance with Dragons. But I'm just saying, like, not the book. This was an event that happened in a significant event that happened in Targaryen history, which I think one of these prequel shows will be about. I fucking hope so. Like, people were saying, like, oh, we haven't seen the dragons that much this season. Then we got Field of Fire, and then we have this one where we saw the dragons again, and one of them died. So with this, it's so much more brutal than that. But I feel like we won't see those. If we do have that as a spinoff, and I know I'm going way off topic here. If we do have that as a spinoff, we won't see those dragons from birth, and then we won't see them grow up. Most likely, we'll start in the middle of that story, so we'll see the dragons full on. So when we see them ripping each other the fuck apart like they do in A Dance with Dragons, it's going to be insane. Like, every single episode. That's why I had to wait so long to do it, because the budget will literally be, for the first season, will likely blow Game of Thrones' first season budget out of the water. Same with Westworld, which, by the way, we're getting closer to. And if you're a fan of Westworld, I will be, right after Game of Thrones, and I'm going to start introducing some new content. Westworld will be included in that. So yeah, what was the original question that got me spinning off on that tangent? So yeah, no, I don't think he'll be underpowered. If anything, I think he'll be overpowered, because he's got someone like the Night King riding him. The Night King is obviously a more mystical being than Daenerys. So I think the fact that the Night King has so much power, a little bit of that power will be poured into Viserion, making Viserion maybe he'll grow bigger. Maybe he'll grow so much bigger that he's almost the same size as Drogon, and it will be almost Drogon and Rhaegal are underpowered because they don't have like this evil energy surging through them. And I might just being a little bit too creative with that, but I don't know. I think that Viserion might be getting a significant power boost. Or if he was a blue-eyes white dragon, I guess the Night King will be activating a few bonus cards and giving him some boosts. Let's see. Q&A. Will Tormund die as soon as the Night King Oh, bro, you're trying to be a dick? Richard Burchell? Yeah, I know what that is. People do that a lot. What they do is they comment in my comment section and they think that I'm not aware slightly of what the season 8 plot leak was. I do, and when you write stupid shit like that, I'm going to ban you myself. If you see someone doing a prediction that's a little bit too knowingly, like a little bit kind of too, that they've read that, I haven't read them myself, but those videos get fucking suggested to me, so I have seen I've seen comments, and also mainly people comment that shit in my section. It's like, I fuck up because on these live streams, I get really triggered when someone puts spoilers up. So, you know, they probably, trolls feed off of that shit. So, you know, I'm probably feeding them even more so right now. Let me just drink my limonata, shut up, and answer some more questions. Q&A, will Benjen return and by the way, I need to clarify this. When I look at questions, I literally just look straight from my phone or straight from my computer monitor to my phone, and I pick the first question that I come across. So if you're someone that I usually chat with in my comment section, or someone that's been subscribing to me to a while and you feel like I'm ignoring you, I promise you that's not the case. 9 times out of 10, it's because I literally look down and the first question that's in my chat on my phone right here, I just read it. So I just wanted to clarify that. I always forget to do that in my live streams. Okay, what was that? Okay, Q&A. Will Tyrion continue his drought of not getting laid, or will it end soon? I don't know who would be a potential love interest. No one that's on the show right now. Maybe Sansa, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Tyrion's character has kind of been a bit underplayed this season and last season, just because we're so used to him having the majority of the crazy scenes that happen on screen. Like when he was in King's Landing, those were some of the best. God, those early with him in King's Landing, those were literally some of the best moments, you know. So I feel like he's been underutilized a little bit. I hope that, you know, I think what you're meaning there is like him getting laid in that streak is like maybe a few wins for his character, maybe him pushed up a little bit more to the front of the show, because Peter Dinklage is an amazing actor. I feel like, you know, we haven't really had any closure on how distraught he was after having to kill Shay and his father. He was in a slump and he was drinking and he stayed drunk the whole time on his travels to Daenerys, but we never got to see, maybe that was his way of dealing with that. But I feel like him and Arya and even Jon, almost every single character hasn't had time to deal with anything yet. So when you see them moving forward, like people were saying, what was it? They were saying, Davos had just lost Shireen last season. Remember, he found out that she gotten burned, and then, you know, a few episodes later, he's at Dragonstone walking around fucking whistling. That's not, I feel like that is a good example of that, but mainly it's like, you gotta keep moving forward. So I can only say so much what I would do in that character's shoes, but one, it's a make-believe TV show, and two, we don't know the direction the writers have been going. You know, like, shout out to The Last Harpy. He actually just did a video earlier. I saw, maybe not earlier, maybe it was from yesterday, but it was basically, he noticed that a lot of people were downplaying Benjen and Jon Snow and how significant it was that Benjen showed up to save Jon Snow, and Benjen was one of the ones who basically shuffled him off to the wall and wanted to keep him safe, almost as if he knew something was going to happen. So if that's the case, it's like the showrunners plan for stuff like that in advance. So the shit that might not make sense to us, and right now, it will when it happens. So it's like people get impatient and they're like, fuck, I want to see some payoff right away. Why is this person doing this? You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'll admit it. That happened to me with Arya and Sansa. I'm like, yo, why is Arya being such a bitch? And then they left the episode with her being still a bitch. And it took me until episode 6 to figure out what she's doing. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have a payoff yet. It may pay off in this next episode. Maybe we'll see them, you know, finally work shit out. I feel like if they were just 100 with each other and they just told each other, like Sansa's like, yo, I almost got raped. I also got tortured by Joffrey. Joffrey fucking had Maren Trant smack me around. Like, and then we were in a crowd and I also almost got raped then too. So that's 2 attempted rapes. I've suffered so much emotional abuse. And then I come back right before I get raped. I see that the person who I think killed my 2 little brothers. She's been through a lot. And then Arya, if Arya explains that, yeah, I saw our father die too. I wasn't necessarily almost raped, but I had to pretend to be a boy, and I went on this crazy journey, and I slept out in the woods for months on end, and then I went to Bravos, I went blind, and then I got the shit beat out of me by this bitch who had this stick. Okay, so if they just told each other that, they would have so much respect for each other. But you know what? I found myself getting impatient. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why is she being such a bitch to her? And everyone's like, oh, it's because she's looking out for Jon. Instead, now she's playing the game of faces. She's trying to get her to reveal her true nature. The same thing that was done to her. After she had been abused for so long, she finally was up front, and then she was able to lie and manipulate her story to change it around. So obviously, Arya's not trying to turn Sansa into a faceless man, but she's using those same guerrilla tactics, so to speak, to have Sansa reveal her true nature. How many people do we have watching us right now? We have 420 people rocking with us right now. That's what's up. 420. Hitler's birthday. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure, let's see, Q&A. Yes, make sure, please, slap the like button. Let's get a couple likes going on this. Q&A, will Euron, excuse me, will Euron try to fuck up the up-and-coming peace treaty by attacking Dany and company? He would be a damn fool. Daenerys could literally hop on her dragon and wipe out his entire fleet. Like, literally, without even thinking about it. Even if they have scorpions attached on their ships, you know what? Let's go back and rewatch the trailer a bit, because maybe Euron shows up because Daenerys has all of her troops outside. Although, I don't know. I feel like he would have already left, because last we saw him, Casterly Rock, he had sort of trapped in the Unsullied. So let's watch one more time. I'll turn the volume up this time, too, for the trailer. Yeah, no, so they're already in King's Landing. Alright, confirmed. First few seconds of the trailer. So, it looks like Euron would be destroyed. Literally, Daenerys would just destroy the crap out of him. It wouldn't even be much of a fight. Alright, so how long has this stream been going on for? Stream has been going on for 46 minutes. Alright, let's get a few more questions in, and then that's, I'm pretty much probably going to be wrapping it up. I know I was really excited, and I might actually do an episode 7 preview breakdown. I'm not sure yet. I might actually do one. I don't know. But I live stream for y'all. I know y'all like these live streams. I like doing them. It's fun as shit. I can randomly start singing if I wanted to, and I got 400 people watching me, and I think I will start singing. What song do y'all want to hear? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to start singing. Let's get a few more questions in, and then... yeah. Alright, Q&A, why doesn't Bran say anything helpful? I don't know. You know, I was wondering that too. I'm like, yo, this dude Bran can, Bran did help. Bran summoned Bloodraven to go and save Jon. I think he doesn't feel like his help is needed yet. He's still trying to figure everything out. So I think once he has the big picture filled out, that's when he's going to start filling in the blanks for everyone else. Like, that's when he'll tell Jon Snow about his parentage, or that's when he'll tell... Sansa and Arya that Littlefinger is a manipulating bastard. You know what I mean? I think he's still... I'm hoping he's just been doing visions this whole time, so we can go and check in with him in this episode 7, and as soon as we check in with him, he's having a flashback to Harrenhal. That would be sick. Let's see. Get a few more questions going off here. Q&A. How will Cersei's reaction be when she... what was it? The question keeps blinking. Alright. Gotta pull up my chat again. I saw it. It was the Night King profile picture. Hang on. Oh man, my internet wants to fuck with me right now. Come on. Both chats are not working. And there seems to be like this huge white line on it. Okay, Q&A. How will Cersei's oh my god, what the fuck? That is so fucking annoying. How will Cersei's reaction be? Jesus Christ, I'm never gonna get to this fucking question. When she sees... the dragon? Actually, I already answered that. When she sees that fucking white. I don't know. I'm curious about that. I think her reaction will be to poop her pants when she sees Dany arrive on the dragon, but maybe she'll be desensitized to that because Jaime's already seen it, and Jaime kinda came in and said, we cannot win these wars, let's fucking retreat while we still can. She only used one dragon and she has 2 more. You know, now she just lost one, so that may make Cersei have a confidence boost because she realizes that the dragons can be killed. Mind you, she's not the Night King, but that will probably make her feel empowered a little bit. And maybe seeing the dead there, maybe that... you know what would be the best thing? Is if they attached a chain to its neck, acted like it was attached tight, and then just let it go. And then at the last second, right before it ran up and attacked Cersei, the mountain shows up and like pounds it, and then realizes that it still gets back up or something. Or I don't know, it'd be sick. I feel like her reaction will be pretty candid, though. Oh, we got a super chat. This is from Zach. Thank you, sir. And he says, can Bran warg whites? I actually had a theory on that. I feel like one of the best ways that Bran can help out during the final like battle where we have 700 troops. 700 troops, really, dude? Yeah, the final battle is going to consist of less than 1,000 troops on our hero side. No. When they have like 7,000 troops and then they're fighting against the Night King, I feel like that's who's going to be left. There may be multiple skirmishes. But, Bran will be on that battlefield in play, like maybe controlling some of the giants to take out some of the whites, or maybe controlling certain whites that are in a key position where he could use them to maybe fuck up the plans and further give Jon longer to defend, you know, until Daenerys shows up, I guess, with their dragons, if that happens again. So I definitely think it's possible for Bran can skin change, meaning he can warg a human. So something with lower brain activity is definitely possible. I think the only reason why we haven't seen it yet is because he hasn't been in front of a white where it's not trying to kill him and someone else kills it before he even tries to get the chance. I think it may be, that idea may be put in his mind when he realizes that that's how the Night King controls him. And I just want to give some props to myself real quick. My hive mind theory for the Night King has been gaining a lot of traction. I noticed, who was it? God, I was watching some of the bigger channels, like the huge channels that have like millions of subscribers, their Game of Thrones breakdown. Nerdist News and a couple other ones. In their breakdown, they mention the hive mind theory, and I will say that I'm one of the I have never heard any other YouTuber say it until I said it, but I will say that that's awesome that theory is gaining chase. It's the only thing that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, we all knew that obviously he's controlling all those whites, but when I say hive mind, I mean like the reason why he has White Walkers is to procure his line, because he can't procreate, so he has to have, you know, a White Walker that could potentially become the next Night King. Maybe he does, like, he transfers his soul into that White Walker. You know what I mean? But it just makes sense that they all act like that. Like, as soon as I started uncovering that theory last season when Bran was spying in what Bloodraven's warg was. When Bran basically went and touched the tree when Bloodraven was asleep, and then right before he got marked, basically. I knew it was like they all turned around at the same time, like when he told them to turn around, so it just makes sense. It's a hive mind theory. I also missed a super chat. This is from Fred Wicks. Thank you, sir. Got the wrench status, got the mod status, got the Patreon status. He says, please check out the Patreon link and show some support for Mark's channel and his hard work during the long night between seasons for as low as $2 a month. Yup. I think it's even $1 too. You can even donate $1. But yeah, thank you for that, sure. That's awesome. So yeah. Let's see. Get some more Q&As going. I was gonna try to keep it at 30 minutes, but that's hard to do with these live streams, especially when you get up here and you got such awesome people watching you and you know you have fun. Damn it. Alright. The chat on my computer is not reliable. And then the one on my phone didn't want to work either. Okay. Focus, dude. Focus. Take your fucking ADD and calm it down. Okay. Q&A. Will the people find out that the mountain is a white when the Hound knocks his helmet from his face next episode? LOL prediction. So you're saying you think the Hound will confront him and knock his head off? I think most of the people of the court kind of already knew that, because you remember Qyburn was saying that, like, he died. Or not Qyburn. Pycelle was saying that, you know, there's rumors Qyburn did some crazy shit at the Citadel. And, you know, we all saw Gregor die. So that's kind of been a rumor. I don't know if the normal citizens of King's Landing do. I think his helmet does a good job of hiding that. But I feel like even if his helmet got knocked off, it wouldn't really mean anything, because it would be Cersei's closest guards there. Like, there's not going to be any citizens there. You know what I mean? But I feel like Cersei should be more inclined to believe that there is a threat of dead people coming down south, because she literally has a dead man next to her. I don't think she fully realizes that he is basically just a reanimated white under Qyburn's control. It's like he was reanimated using science. You know what I mean? Like, Jon Snow is a white reanimated by fire. Beric Dondarrion is a white reanimated by fire. And the Mountain is the only white that's been reanimated by science, at this point on the TV show at least. Oh man, I'm a jackass. I'm such a jackass. I'm sorry, dude. Why did it's the Z. I've been calling Zach. I've been calling Matt Z Zach because he had the Z as his last name. And I've always enjoyed whenever I have two friends named Zachary, and I always like saying the name Zach. God damn it. I'm a jackass. I'm sorry, dude. I am so fucking sorry. I should know that. Oh, man. I'm so stupid. Jesus. Like, if I wasn't brown skinned, you guys would see that I'm blushing like a motherfucker right now. I feel so stupid. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Hey, if that'll get you guys to toss some super chats, that's a good way to do it. Just say people's names wrong. No, I'm sorry. Thank you, though. Thank you. God damn, I'm so stupid. Thank you, Fred and Peter, for bringing that to my attention. Matt's too chill to bring that, or he did type it, and I just haven't seen it. I am so sorry, dude. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a jackass. Oh, man. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, dude. Okay, let me pull the chat back up. Let me get some more questions. I'll probably take like two or three more questions. What was that? Did you guys hear that? Oh, my kitten's here. I forgot he's in the room. He's being so chill and quiet. I just heard him hit something on the thing. I was like, yo, what you doing, bro? Oh, look, check this out. Yeah, little Anubis. Say what's up to the mic, dude. Say what's up to the, he's like, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I actually was going to record a video with him sitting on my shoulder, and I would just act like I didn't know he was there because he was in a really sleepy mood, but he doesn't like it. Unless I'm like laying down, that's when he'll lay on me. Oh man. I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry, Matt Z. I'm sorry, dude. Can we just give you a nickname of Zach from now on? Just like to remember, we'll call him Matt Zach. Oh man. I'm sorry, dude. Jeez. That was so stupid. Oh, we got a super chat from Thalgor. Thank you, sir. He says that the mountain runs near the Night King. I wonder if Qyburn will lose control of him. I hope we see something like that. God, Tyrion and Podrick though. Yeah, you're talking about them meeting back up. That's gonna be nice to see. I think it will be. If anything, I thought Tyrion would be the bridge between the North and the South, like between Daenerys and Jon Snow, and he was. So he could be even further to bring like Brienne and Sansa's side into it. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that Pod is close with Sansa, but I'm just saying he's close with Brienne, Brienne's close with Sansa. So that could be, you know, make it mesh even more. Tyrion has like the most POV chapters at 36. He has the most connections out of any other character. So it was like they did this thing where they put it into I'm not sure who it is, but it was like this magazine put all of the Game of Thrones information, like who has the most connections, who had the most POV chapters, who's in the most influential moments of the books, and it's Tyrion. So Tyrion is definitely one of those characters. So I feel like when he, and I'm getting really sidetracked, I promise you I'm going to answer your question. But I feel like that's another reason that people had is like because he's kind of been put on the back burner. His plans suck. He wasn't really a part of anything last season other than a few awkward scenes where they were drinking and stuff. But it's kind of like, you know, I feel like he's still, even all of his scenes that he's in are still amazing. Okay, so we got a couple super chats in between there and here, and I am sorry that I missed that. Oh man, I'm so sorry, dude. Zach, what are you doing? Okay, so yeah, finish up answering Thalgor's question. He says that the mountain runs near the Night King. I wonder if Qyburn will lose control of him. So basically, that would be a crazy asset that he had. And I was curious as to why we didn't see Hodor or the other White Giants. It's like those are almost his army. He only brought a part of his army with him. Maybe he felt like it would be overkill and like it would be harder for him to control the giants from killing Jon. I promise you that entire thing was a setup in order for him to just get a dragon. So we got a super chat from Matt, aka Zach, and he says, "No worries, Kevin. Love your channel." And you know what? When I was a teenager, I used to get kicked out of properties, like trespass from properties all the time for skateboarding. Not trying to sound like a douche or anything, but I used to skateboard a lot more when I was a teenager. And my fake name was always Kevin. Like, I don't know why. It was like the name I went to. It was like, yo, my name is Kevin. Like when the cops show up or when the security guards show up and they ask you what your name is so they can trespass you, I was always giving out some fake names. And Kevin was one of those. That was really clever. Thank you for that. And I promise I will not make that mistake again. Alright, so let's get some questions going on. This has been a lot of fun. I haven't had this much fun on a live stream since Sunday. Like a few days ago. But I mean, I'm just saying in general, I haven't been doing live streams on my channel a lot, and I forget how fun they are. Let's see. Hit that bong and then hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to click your bell icon. Yo, my mods are awesome, man. You guys are the shit. You guys always hold it down. Q&A, do you think that Sam and Bran will chicken out on telling Jon and Dany the truth? Sam kind of doesn't know the full truth yet. Like, he does a little bit, but Gilly, like, he wasn't even paying attention to Gilly when she said that. Otherwise, he would have kind of stopped and be like, oh, okay, that's a little bit weird, and maybe they would have dug into it a little bit more. I'm hoping that that book that she got that information from was in those books that he took with him when they left. As far as Bran, I definitely think he won't tell Jon Snow yet. I don't know if I call it chickening out. I just think maybe he's waiting for the right moment. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he's waiting until after he has sex with Daenerys, and then Bran will tell him, so that it's already, like, they've already made the baby. It's, like, too late at that point. I don't know. Maybe he realizes, like, he saw it, that if he tells Jon now, he'll back off from pursuing a relationship with Dany. I don't know. Q&A, will Benjen return as a white, or did he burn himself before he died as the Night King, as is the Night King immune to... And is the Night King immune to fire? Okay, so your first question is, will Benjen return as a white? Probably not. I feel like he got, like, he definitely didn't burn himself before he died. He got overwhelmed. Like, he took out the first one after Jon was way off in the distance. He was killing him, and then finally when Jon's looking back, he takes out the first white that jumps at him, and then the second one jumps on him, and then he hits the ground, and then the other whites just start jumping on him. So he's definitely dead. If we see him again, probably not. If we do, it'll be like in super whiteout form, because remember, he was already a zombie to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, he had already died and then was saved by the Children of the Forest at the last second. Dragonglass dagger in his heart is what turned him into what he is. So it's almost like he's a White Walker, but for the living side. Although he still was brought back using the same magic, because the Children of the Forest created the White Walkers using their magic. So obviously it's going to be Earth magic, which is now called Northern magic or Ice magic. I guess that the White Walkers have turned it into. So I don't think we'll be seeing him again, and if we do, he'll be like super zombified, like we wouldn't be able to recognize him. And then the second part of your question was, is the Night King immune to fire? No, definitely not. If you'll notice, there was a line of fire in front of him before he went to throw the spear at Viserion, and he made the fire subside. The same way that when he did that before he went into Bloodraven's cave, they had made a line of fire, and he made the wind blow to kind of blow it down, and then he steps over. So he's definitely not immune to fire. I think he's more immune to it than other whites. Q&A, Hodor going to be seen again? I thought the perfect moment would have been at the frozen lake. Jon would have had to kill an undead Hodor, or Bran would have been watching and had seen that. At this point, though, I don't know. I feel like maybe he could come back in season 8. I feel like the only like the craziest outcome they would get bringing him back would be if Bran saw him. You know what I mean? Like, all of the Starks knew him, but Bran spent the most time with him. So I feel like it would have to be in order to make Bran realize something, or maybe make Bran come back around a little bit, and Bran would have to be close to being north of the wall. Or I guess if the White Walkers make it down south, I guess it could be with Bran at Winterfell, and maybe Hodor is one of the whites that attacks Winterfell with. Let's see. Q&A, where was Bran during the battle? Was he the reason Benjen showed up? Yep. I actually mentioned that in my breakdown. Q&A, do you think we'll find out about the mountain? That's the birthplace of the White Walkers. So basically, the R'hllor was sending visions in the flame, showing the modern version of the birth of White, basically telling them they need to go back up there. I don't really know if, like, we'll necessarily find out more about it. We already know, that it's the place where the White Walkers were created, and it's now covered in ice. So I think, we might find out more of why it's covered in ice, but I don't think we'll find out more about the significance of that place. I think the significance was that it was the place. It looks like Stonehenge. Like, if you look at it when the Children of the Forest were, like, praying and worshiping there, it looked, it's almost like they brought that magic with them. I don't know if, I mean, I guess we could find out more about it. That would explain, that's what finding out why the ice is there would be. So yeah, yes, I do think we have a chance of finding out more about that. Alright, so the chat disappeared again. Q&A, do you think Sansa mentioning Ghost last episode is foreshadowing that he will be in the finale? I doubt it. I don't want to see Ghost at all until the battle's over. You know, it could be, I wouldn't necessarily say it's foreshadowing. We haven't really seen him at all this season, so it would be just like, it would be nice to see him. But I think it's good that we don't see him. I mentioned this a lot, but if we see him, it's more of a chance for him to die. You know, like all of our heroes' pets, dragons, direwolves, they all tend to die when we see them too much on screen. So Ghost is being Ghost right now, and that's a good thing. I don't necessarily think that line where Sansa had mentioned him to our conversation with Arya was foreshadowing that he'll be in the next episode, though. Q&A, Q&A, do you think that Cersei is rounding up all her enemies in the Dragon Pit to blow them up like she did in the Sept? I doubt it. Main reason being is because she's there herself. So that would be a really silly, foolish plan if she plans on staying in the same place that she wants to blow up. You know what I mean? Alright, so we've been doing this for about, what is it? It's been 1 hour and 5 minutes. I will answer 2 more questions. Thank you, Fred Wicks. I see that. He says, love your content. You're the best, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see. Looking for another question. I'm trying to find someone whose question I haven't answered. Dipper Pine, Q&A, can Bran change the past? He can definitely influence the past. Even though Bloodraven, oh, I'm sorry, people get triggered when I say that. Even though Three-Eyed Raven told him that the ink is dry, like the past is already written, the ink is dry, him calling out to Ned and then Ned turning around almost as if he heard him, kind of lets you know that you can sort of influence. But I think ultimately it's going to head in the same direction. The route that it takes to get there will be different. So maybe Bloodraven has tried to warn the Mad King about the oncoming threat of the White Walkers, and he told him that he needs to like get his shit together and start focus on fighting it up north. And in doing that, he drove the Mad King insane, and he took burn them all from Bloodraven telling him that he needs to burn the White Walkers to burn them all. Like, you know, it's dangerous. It's like the same reason why in Back to the Future, Doc tells Marty he can't run into his past self. It's like when you see each other, it's like the fabric of reality breaks down or something. So I think it's that same idea. It's like if Bran were to try to influence it too much, it will ultimately end up being the same thing because, like he said, the ink is already dry. You won't do anything but make shit worse. So, you know, and it's hard to tell if Ned actually had turned around and stopped anyway, because I think we saw when Bran went back to watch the actual vision where he goes up the stairs in the Tower of Joy, I think he turned around and looked again, but Bran didn't call him. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that works. It's like going down a wormhole when you talk about time travel. Not just in Game of Thrones, on really anything, any kind of TV show, book, movie, anything like that. It's always, there's so many more. It raises more questions than answers. Q&A, who do you think will die in the next episode, or will anyone die at all? Probably Littlefinger. Safe bet is Littlefinger. He's been asking for it all season. Q&A, can you pause on the bit with Jon and all the people who is with him? Is the Hound there? Yeah, hang on 1 second. I don't think the Hound's visible in that shot, but I do know that the Hound goes with him because we have that the picture that I showed earlier. I'll show it again real quick. It doesn't look like the Hound's with him from that angle. Let me get another angle. Oh damn, that was too quick. Damn it. I can't see him. I see Missandei, Podrick. I know, but those are feminine boots down there, and then you can see a little bit of her afro. Jorah, Theon, some Dothraki savages. Davos, Brienne right there. Jon Snow, Tyrion over here. Dany's probably gonna fly in from over there on her dragon, But I don't see Sandor. Sandor may already be up there with the white, or he could just be further back behind Jon in this shot.
There is only one war that matters, and it is here.
Yeah, you're always telling people about what matters, bro. You said dragonglass is important as gold, and that's actually not fucking true, because gold is gold, man. You need gold to buy soldiers. You can't give soldiers dragonglass and say, hey, come fight the White Walkers, bro. I'm giving you this awesome obsidian. No, you need the gold to pay them. I guess they would follow their commander, but you're gonna have to get the... I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't look like Sandor's in that shot. Alright, so one more question, and then I will be ending this live stream. You guys have been fucking awesome for rocking with me. I think we've had almost 400 people this whole time. Yeah, we got 412 watching right now. That's what's up. Alright, let's see. Q&A. I'm out. Need a sig. Think we're on the same wavelength there, brother. Q&A. Do you think Dany isn't going to meet with Cersei? I doubt it. I definitely think she's gonna be there. I feel like Dany would have more of a powerful, like, hey, I'm here moment if she was there, not just Jon Snow. They've been fighting, the Starks and the Lannisters have been fighting each other for so long. I don't think Jon's kind of intimidating, but he's little. I feel like if someone showing up on a dragon would intimidate the fuck and have a better chance of Cersei. You know, maybe she doesn't go. Maybe Tyrion could convince her that it would be a stupid decision because, you know, honestly, you would think common sense would tell Tyrion, hey, you know, maybe I shouldn't try to... I don't know what the fuck any of them are thinking and trying to convince Cersei. Cersei's a mad woman. That's not going to listen to anything. But we'll see. We will all see. Tig Old Biddy says, Sir Hunts is awesome. I listen to this all day. Well, thank you. That's awesome. I love compliments like that. God, the comment section on my breakdown videos are fucking toxic. That's how you can tell it's like people who don't watch my channel. You know what 90% of the comments are? This isn't a breakdown. This is a recap of the TV show. You're just telling us what happened. I'm not sure if you're fucking aware, but that's what a breakdown entails. Like, yeah, you break down the scene, but I feel like there's too many other breakdowns where they go so much on a fucking tangent. They're not even talking about what happens in the show anymore. They're trying to break it down so much. So what I'll do is discuss all the scenes, and then the ones that I think need broken down, that's where I'll go into more of it. Like the opening shots from the last episode needed to be broken down because they literally started off on the Vale of Arryn and panned up to Eastwatch by the Sea with the fire burning. So that's literally showing us that the show started with the death of Jon Arryn, panning up to now north of the Wall with the fire burning, symbolizing that there's people north of the Wall doing the work of R'hllor, the Lord of Light. So shit like that needs to be broken down. But yeah, I don't know. I just got off on this random tangent. I don't ever discuss these kind of things when I'm doing my live breakdown because I feel like if I did, it would make me get too sidetracked there. What the fuck is Podrick doing beside Jon instead of Davos? It's probably just the way they walked in. Let me go back and look at that real quick. Oh, I missed it. Damn, I went way far back. That's that scene of Cersei coming in. That was from the trailer. Like, that was from the initial trailer that we had, like, I think it was the second official trailer that they released. Yeah, that is pretty funny. He is walking up front, because, like, I'm not in a gang now, but I was when I was a fucking teenager. And, like, the way that we walked was the leader walked in front of us. We all followed behind him. So it's almost like Tyrion has been training with Brienne so long, he's like, yeah, I'm a top dog. I'm gonna walk up here right next to Jon Snow. I'm not from a high house. My uncle killed this dude's daddy. Yeah, that's right. If you guys didn't know that, Sir Ilyn Payne is actually the uncle of Podrick Payne there. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, Jon's wearing Ned's coat. Podrick's like, they're just walking in like they're cocky. You can really see how short Kit Harington is when he's next to Pod. I remember one of the live streams, someone told me that Kit Harington would have kicked my ass. If you say so, whatever. I would just be laughing the whole fight, man. Like, just laughing at this dude. Like, come on, bro. You so little. What you doing? You better go sit your ass down somewhere, bro. Q&A, do you think... sorry, I didn't mean to scream in y'all's ears like that. I just saw that message from Zach, a.k.a. Matt. Talking about some... No worries, Kevin. I love your channel. Alright, so let's get a Q&A. This will be the actual last question. I've had a lot of fucking fun with you guys tonight. A lot of fun. So much so where I haven't even finished my fucking San Pellegrino, and I usually drink those within 10 minutes of opening. Q&A, is it possible that Bran is everything like Bran the Builder? I don't like that theory at all. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it does make sense when you think that Bran the Builder was a cripple. That's about it. Like, it would literally, so you're telling me that Bran literally grows up, becomes Bloodraven, and then sends himself in the past to do it all again? I hope not. God, that would suck. That's almost like Groundhog's Day, right? Just, you're actually living out your entire life. God, that would suck. 2 more Q&As, 6 Q&As later. That's how we do it. I get so sidetracked. Do you believe Dany will have a child in this season? Do you think Bran is a Night King? I've actually answered both of those questions, but I will answer them shortly. And then, if you want, you can skip back a little bit and go and find that again. It's Q&A. Do you believe Dany will have a child this season? Yes, it was foreshadowed by Tyrion and by Jorah. And do you think Bran is a Night King? No. A lot of people are saying that he is just because they look similar. And yes, they actually do kind of look similar, but Bran is definitely not the Night King. Nick Jammer, what up, bro? I see you. Shout out to Delaware County. Shout out to Montgomery County. Shout out to the 215. Shout out to Broad and Olney. Shout out to Logan Valley. Shout out to North Philly in general. Kit is a pro boxer. He's a pro boxer, really? This motherfucker used to work in a bookstore before he started acting on Game of Thrones. He literally said that he hated whenever a new George R. R. Martin book would come out because he would have to unpackage them, complaining about the weight and the size of the books. He was a pro boxer? Y'all just blew my fucking mind if that's true. There's no way. There is no way. Maybe you mean he like took boxing training to like get in shape for a movie. That I believe. But him being a pro boxer, meaning he's fought professionally? No way. No way. His face would be fucked up. Q&A, do you think Jaime will kill Cersei? I don't think so. Shout out to New Orleans. Yes, shout out to New Orleans and shout out to Biloxi, Mississippi. And is it Ocean Springs? No, it's not Ocean Springs. Is it? Maybe it is Ocean Springs. But yeah, shout out to that area in general. I had some good times down there. I don't think Cersei is going to die. I think Cersei will be one of the last people left alive. Now, if I reverse that question, I do think that it's possible for her to kill Jaime. In this moment, who Jaime is right now, it's not possible or feasible, for me anyway, for Jaime to kill Cersei. He just found out she was pregnant. So I do think that the reverse is possible, where Cersei could kill Jaime, but I don't think that as of right now, Jaime could not kill Cersei. Alright, so yeah, we'll do this. We are... What are we doing? Timothy Baxley. You're in Jackson, Mississippi? If I'm not mistaken, I was probably like, how far is Jackson from Biloxi? I have no idea. I don't know Mississippi that well, but I think you were close to where I was at. This is... Oh, we got a super chat from Tame Grisham. To me, I'm sorry for butchering your name, but thank you for that super chat. And he or she says, finally got a chance to show some love. Keep being awesome, my dude. Well, thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. All right, so yeah, we'll do this. I'll take one more question. I know I keep saying that, but I'm gonna take one more question. What I want y'all, I've already found the question I'm gonna answer. But I want you all to type in the chat where you're watching from, like where you are currently viewing from. And I actually got this from another YouTuber, Teflon TV. I used to say it a lot whenever I would do it back in my old live streams, but I forget to do that now. I actually got this. I saw this, another YouTuber named Teflon TV. He does Game of Thrones content as well. You can go check him out. But I got this from going on his show, and he always does this thing where he, sees where he wants to see where people are watching from. So that's where I got this from. But what I want you all to do right now is type in the chat where the fuck you were watching me from. Are we global? Are we worldwide? And the Sunday live stream after shows, we always are. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, so let's see. We got a few of them coming in. Wales, Britain, South Carolina, Queensland, Australia. That's what's up. Florida, California, Lisbon, Virginia, Egypt, Flint, Michigan, UK, San Diego, Maryland. Shout out to Maryland. UK, Florida, Abu Dhabi, Des Moines, Connecticut, New York, Wales, Ireland, NOLA, Miami-Dade County. I was about to do my Rick Ross impression. I'll do a Rick Ross impression real quick. Shit. Okay, I'm trying to think of a Rick Ross song. Every day I'm hustling. We do work and we got church, and who you fucking with? I can do it a lot better when I can think of Rick Ross lyrics, but I can't right now. He caught me on the spot. Portsmouth, Virginia, London, Ontario, Philippines, Florida, New Jersey. Shout out to Detroit 313. Got family up in there. Bay Area, Sarasota, Pittsburgh. Shout out to Pittsburgh. I'm from Philly myself, so that's what's up. About 7 hours east of y'all. London, Philippines, Germany, New Zealand, Bethesda. My aunt lives in Bethesda. Portugal, Reykjavik. That's what's up. It's cold over there, isn't it? Australia, Ireland, Clearwater, Florida. Isn't that where the capital for the Scientologists are, in Clearwater, Florida? Do you see a lot of Scientologists around you? Are they crazy like they are on the documentaries I see on TV? It's like alarming, because Tom Cruise is one of those. And if you are a Scientologist, did not mean to offend you, but on the documentaries that I've seen, they make it out to make it seem like Scientologists are insane. So I hope no one watching is a Scientologist. Is it against y'all's religion? Do y'all watch stuff like this? I don't know, man. I just need to back out of that rabbit hole. Dana Point, California, DR, Dominican Republic, Central California, Canada, bruh. Henderson, Pittsburgh, Bismarck, North Dakota, Trinidad. My aunt's father is from there. Trinidad and Tobago. Windhelm, Bryant Pond, Maine, aka Winterfell. Winter is coming, and they come with it. Hong Kong, Croatia, Hull, UK, Greece, Pittsburgh. I said Pittsburgh. New Mexico. All right, so I think I got where everyone's from. So that last question I'm going to answer right now. All right. It's cool because whenever y'all do that, people are like, "Oh shit, I'm right next to you," and then everyone connects. That's awesome that y'all met. What if like a couple meets over Sir Hunt's like talking in third person? Really, bro? Shit, I got almost 25,000 subscribers. I can start talking in third person. Hey, dude, shut up, man. We ain't talking to you, dude. This is Sir Hunt's got the floor. He has the light. You ever seen that movie Split? God, that movie's awesome. Homeboy has like 125 different personalities. Whenever he switches between them, he talks about this one has the light, and then when he's the little boy Hedwig, and he goes, "I don't have to talk to you, Mr. Murner said I don't have to." And he like switches, and oh god, he's such a good actor. He's such a good actor. James McAvoy, you are the fucking legend, bro. I watched that movie again last night for the second time. Oh, it's such a classic. M. Night Shyamalan, you are coming back, bro. I hope Glass or whatever. I think the next one coming out is called like Glass or something. The original one was broken or unbroken or breaking. Broken? I don't know. But I hope the next one is just as good as that one. It's such a good show. Split is a transgender. Don't assume his gender. It is fucking dangerous. Gender is on a spectrum. I'm sorry. Oh man, you guys have been fucking awesome, y'all. I've had it as somewhat okay day. My car broke down last night. That's why I wasn't able to do the emergency. Like when I tweeted earlier, I said I had a minor emergency. Like my car wouldn't start. I had to go and like buy a battery for it and get it looked at. Money that I really didn't have. But doing this live stream has made it the fuck up. I'm in a really good mood right now, you know. I don't know. That's cool that you, not only can I entertain you guys and lift up your mood, but y'all can also do that to me. Like, we can literally sit back here and just talk about almost anything. Like, I can tell you, I feel like I can tell y'all anything. All right, so the last question, I've actually already answered that. Will the Hound fight his brother? Probably not. And if he did, he doesn't stand a chance. Like, if you want to be real about the situation, the Mountain is fucking OP, and he would destroy the Hound. The Hound can't take, especially with Thoros being dead, he has no way of coming back to life. The Mountain took a spiked bat. Yo, the spikes were like literally this long on to the chest, and like one of them probably hit right where his heart would be at and hit like one of his major arteries, and he literally pulled it out like it was nothing and kept fighting. So if that's the kind of shit that he's on, even with armor, if you pierce through his armor, you still, you know, and understand that it could not have gone as deep in, but no, that's not the shot. Homeboy went all the way back full swing and stuck. It went deep into his chest. It would have taken down anyone else, but it didn't do that. That's not the case with Sandor. Sandor is invincible, but his plot armor isn't that thick, so I don't know. You get grayscale from drinking Flint water. Oh my god, yo. That's like one of the best comments slash like things I've ever seen. That's so funny, dude. Oh man, Flint water is a fucking mess right now, right? How about, okay, so let's talk about, that just reminded me, this will be the last thing we talk about. Q&A, who is my favorite secondary question, or secondary character? That's tough. It depends on who you call a secondary character, because all of the second tier cast members have been boosted up to main cast members. But if I had to just pick, shit, put me on the spot. I'll tell you my three favorite, and then maybe that'll make it easier for me. Daenerys, Jon Snow, Sandor, Arya, and Robb Stark. Oh man, that's 4 right there. That's 5 right there. That's 6. I listed 6. All right, so let's just label it down. Daenerys, Jon Snow, and Arya / Sandor. So that's 4. Secondary characters, Theon for sure. Theon's a main cast member though, so I guess he doesn't count. Damn. There's so many. There's so many. I was a fan of Bronn until he shot a Drogon in the shoulder. I guess he would be my favorite secondary character because we didn't see him at all hardly this season. Speaking of which, it looks like he might finally be in the same scene with Lena Headey. Secondary character. Fuck. Do the dragons count as a secondary character? Because I would pick either one of the dragons or one of the direwolves. But yeah, so that's gonna be the last question. We've been rocking with y'all for a minute, for an hour and 30 seconds, and we kind of have only discussed the trailer for half of that. But yeah, so I probably will be doing a breakdown. I'm not sure when. If I do one, it'll be up before Sunday. I have another theory video that I was already almost halfway done with. Speaking of which, I did a theory video, I'm plugging myself right now. I did a theory video called How to Kill Your Dragon. I mentioned that at the beginning of this video. If you would like to know my thoughts on how Daenerys will kill her dragon next season, go and check out that video. I'll give you a hint. It involves weirwood arrows in dragonglass. I pretty much just told you the theory, but still, go watch the video anyway. Alright, so let's see. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could, please slap a like on this video. I don't even know how many likes this video has right now. Let me see what the like goal will be. Alright, so we have 280 likes. Let's make a like goal of, let's say, 320 likes. We still have 336 people watching right now. That's what's up. If you could, please slap a like on this video. If you want to be entered into my contest for once we reach 30,000 subscribers, and you can win a mystery Funko Pop figure. It's like a little, basically like this little box. It's one of these, but you don't know which one it is. Like, it's mystery, so meaning like when I go out and I buy this, I don't know which one's actually in the thing, but it could be this along with many of the other ones. And some of them are actually really rare, like the glow-in-the-dark Night King is rare shit. But yeah, you can win one of those once I reach 30,000 subscribers. And I'm actually working on doing some like crazy insane giveaways. I'm actually working with Zach, aka Matt Z. We were discussing a few things, and I actually saw this really creative way for me to get back to you guys. It'd be something that I would hand make. I don't really want to tell you what it is, but it's really cool. It's heavily themed in Game of Thrones. So yeah, we'll say that. That'll be coming up. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. That'll probably be once we do this last giveaway of 30,000 subscribers. I'll probably give away one of these things that I'm talking about every week, because it's something that I can make. And it takes time to make it, but it's more genuine. It's like something, I'm not just going out and spending money and giving you something. I'm actually taking my time to make something and then giving that to you. I feel like those would be more sentimental. But anyway, we also have merch coming. I tweeted out and I Instagrammed a few ideas that I have floating around for that. I'm working with Fred on some things, possibly getting some art to put on those shirts, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to work that out. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much for watching. The literally cancer guy. You're fucking funny, bro. But yeah, slap a like on this video, subscribe, and hop on Twitter and follow me if you want to enter that contest. My name's Mark, and I want to thank you all so much for rocking with me. This has been Sir Hunt's Reviews. Well, did you sleep last night? Oh shit, am I still streaming? Oh my god, I've been streaming this whole fucking time and it's just been playing. That's a huge embarrassment. I'm glad I didn't say anything embarrassing, because I was literally about to like start bitching about one of the people that were commenting during the chat. Oh my god. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this secret little insight in this like 30 seconds of my fucking intro going on loop. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.